Jesus Christ, your life can be changed and made whole. He can bring everlasting joy and peace within your soul. Ooh. And in many ways, I feel just like that old man, born in the country, raised on a farm, no money, no fancy clothes, no fine homes and cars. But thank God, Mama and Daddy raised me up on the real deal, and that's God Almighty. And sometimes when I sing about Jesus and people won't listen, I feel like I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. Sometimes I feel just like, about somebody who can save anybody. I tell you, I'm just a nobody. I feel like a nobody, but I wanna keep
Good early afternoon to all of our radio listening family. And listen, welcome in. Go ahead. I want you to call your neighbors and your friends and tell them to go ahead and tune in and get ready. We're getting ready to have an exciting time. I am Apostle Dr. Lillian Experiment, and I have two wonderful women here with me today, and we're going to open up these microphones and share some time with you so that you'll get a chance to say something that's on your heart concerning our beloved dear sister and friend and almost any other thing that you can probably think of that's good concerning Sandy Cookman. So we are here. We're opening up these microphones for you. So go ahead, call all your friends and neighbors, pastors, leaders, members, all of you who had anything to do or heard anything or want to discuss anything about her concerning your relationship with her, please call in and let Wes hear that from you. Praise the Lord. Listen, I'm going to let these wonderful ladies introduce themselves, and then we will have these microphones open up for you.
Good afternoon. My name is Minister Melinda. I am affiliated with the WIDU network, and I'm here to just give tribute to our dear sister, Sandy.
Good afternoon. I'm Apostle Georgia Walker. Indeed, it is an honor and a pleasure to be here for the same reason, for a tribute to our dear friend and co-laborer in Christ, Sandy. All of us knew her as Sandy Cookman, and what an honor and a privilege to be able to speak words of affirmation, of caring and love into the hearing of those that are around the world for our dear friends. So God bless you. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, indeed. So please do call in. Listen, we are doing this because we understand that so many people love Sandy and Wes as well. And we always tease them that their middle name was either Wes or Sandy, because when we call one, we call the other. And that says a lot about them and a lot about their relationship one with the other. So yes, we're opening up these microphones today, and for all the week we're just continuing the conversation that we've been having all week long from 12 to 2 o'clock. Why? Because we want you to have an opportunity to share some things that you would like to share, because at the service there just won't be time for everyone to speak, but we did. Wes actually wanted to make sure that every one of you had an opportunity to share or to talk and to say whatever it is you feel comfortable saying concerning your relationship or your walk with Sandy, because certainly we have lots of wonderful things to say, because Sandy Cookman was a phenomenal woman that we all loved and valued her so very much and still do. So please do call in and make your comments known. Share with Wes, because he's recording this, because there may become times later on that he will want to just sit and listen to some of the wonderful things that you have said and that you have shared with him and with all of us on the air. concerning your walk or your fellowship with Sandy. So even now, we're just sharing things that we recall, wonderful times and conversations that we've all had. So while we're waiting for you to call, so do call in, please. Ma'am, please, sir, call in and share, because I know to know her is to have something to say about her.
Yes, yes, yes. I would like to say I've been knowing my dear sister Sandy for over 34 years. And Sandy was a woman who worked diligently and served the community, and she served it well. And she loved people, and she treated people with respect. And out of her love for people, she treated people like she would want to be treated. And that's one of the things that I truly loved about her. One of the things that I've loved about her.
Absolutely. That's one of the attributes that I really
Yes.
loved about her as well. She always gave what she expected.
Yes,
You didn't have to do guesswork.
that's right.
When I first met Sandy, and even beyond, such a small woman in stature, but she was mighty from behind that desk. And I remember the first time I went in to talk to her about having a broadcast, I was a little intimidated. I was a little nervous, but she made me feel so at ease and at home and a part of the family. But the very first time that I had the pleasure of being a part of WIDU was at a breakfast over at Simon Temple. That's how I got introduced to WIDU by Pastor Alphonse Turner. And I've been connected ever since. So, that's been years and years ago. But WIDU and the Cookmans are not just a business in the community, it's family. And that's what I felt with Sandy and with Wes, that we are family, we're friends. And this is nothing more but love that is shown towards them. So if you have something to say, don't say, well, I won't get in. Call. And if you have to wait in line until it opens up for you to speak, call and speak, whatever you have on your heart. Please do not allow this opportunity to pass you by.
I would like to say this. Those of us who have worked closely with Wes and Sandy, there's something that both of them do. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you all recognized it or not, but when they're sitting, both of them has they shake their leg. Have you all noticed that? You've never noticed that?
I didn't.
Oh, they're sitting, and I don't know if what they're thinking about, have them, constantly, working with something, dealing with WIDU, and they're shaking their legs. Wes does the same thing. Sandy does the same thing, but I never noticed if Sandy would shake the right leg and Wes would shake his left leg. But both of them, take note of that. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't with Sandy, but take note of our brother Wes. He's constantly shaking his leg, and I just always notice that. So they're in sync. They were in sync. They worked well together, and to accomplish what they have accomplished down through the years with WIDU being an awesome network, and with the anniversaries. And I was so thrilled to know that a black gospel station in Fayetteville, North Carolina, could bring together 10,000 people at the Crown. Do you all remember that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what an awesome time. And at that time, it was AM. And I would often tell Wes and Sandy, WIDU is an AM station, but it operated as if it was a FM before it became FM. Before it became FM.
And all the things that, as you were speaking about those 10,000 people,
Yes.
I remember when they wanted to do a choir. And our children, Jessica and Matthew, were young at the time. Jessica played the saxophone in that choir, and Matthew was a singer. And when you look at celebrity status, everybody was a celebrity for Wes and Sandy. They showed no impartiality to the ones that would come and be on the stage versus those that sung in that choir. And I saw their vision blossom and come to fruition, even to the point, sometimes when you talk about something, it will make somebody else want to be a part of it. So we had friends in Maryland, and I kept talking about it, and they came down for the anniversary because they said there's nowhere in Maryland where they could get all these artists on the stage for the
Yes.
amount of money you had to pay for a
Exactly.
ticket. Now,
Yeah.
remember back in the day, it was $10
Yes.
for all three
Yeah,
events.
early bird tickets.
Early bird
Yes,
tickets.
Yes.
And then it went to $20. Still, where can you?
15.
15.
15.
So where can you go to get all these
That's
nationally acclaimed artists on the stage in the same building
Yes.
at the same time frame for $20 or $10?
Right.
And I talked to Sandy one day, and she said, somebody brought it to my attention that somebody said they couldn't come because they had children. And she said, no, let them come. And those tickets were priced, so anybody that wanted to come
Right.
could come.
That's right.
That's what you call community.
Yes.
That's what you call the heart and the passion of the people behind the microphone. That's what you call community engagement. And that impressed my heart so deeply to where my daughter was in school and our son. So we got permission for them to get out of school and get credit because it was community work, and it was well worth it.
Yes. You know, anyone who owns a business, you want to make money, right? That's your goal. But for Wes and Sandy at WIDU, yes, of course, they want to make money, but it was also, and it is also about the community, just as you said. They have a love for our community. And so they did price those tickets and made it reasonable for everyone who wanted to attend
That's right.
could come. Yes.
And that's why we call it family.
Family.
we welcome in all of our listening family because they made it so appear to be
Yes.
that way. And that took a special effort. And so now we want to let all those family people, friends, and neighbors know that if you're watching on Facebook and if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to put your comments on the screen. Feel free to type your comments in, and then we'll read them aloud on air. They will be read for you if you're in that position. And those of you who are hesitating to call, I am surprised that the phones are not lit up right now from all of the pastors and leaders in this city, because all of us had an opportunity to come together, fellowship, meet each other, and to just work closely together at WIDU, meeting down at the station, and in working on all of the different committees and all of the different opportunities that Sandy and Wes gave us to participate in the WIDU anniversary. We all felt like it was part of our anniversary too.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes.
Because they opened it up that way and made us feel comfortable working with them, and just helping and just being a part of it. So that's why we call it the WIDU Radio Family.
Yes,
So
yes.
That's right.
family, call in, say what you have to say. I promise you that Wes wants to hear your voice. He wants to hear from you. These whatever you say is being recorded, because he wants to play it back later to hear some of the wonderful things that you're saying, because that time will come when he will need that. We have with us now our special friend, one of our special friends, Chris. We would love to hear, Pastor, what would you have to say
Praise the
something
Lord.
wonderful.
Praise the Lord, and good evening, good afternoon to my sisters. It's good to be here with you all, to our Madam President. I was listening to you, to this wonderful broadcast as I was on the way in, came in to just share some words about, Aunt Sandy. And I was thinking as I was coming in, and Mama Spearman, you was just talking about how WIDU is a family, I was thinking about the fact that I call Wes Uncle Wes, and I call Sandy Aunt Sandy, because, Dr. Brinkley has been my pastor for the last 30-some years, right? And, he and Wes and Sandy were like brothers and sisters. They were brother and sister, So Wes and Sandy has been like aunt and uncle to me. This WIDU network is literally like a family. It's like a family. And I was just thinking about how in the loss of Aunt Sandy, there's a loss in the family. There's a loss in the family, and she will be missed. She will be certainly missed. And, I want to certainly give my condolences to Uncle Wes and Kim, to the entire WIDU network. She will be missed. So many things I think about her. She knew who she was.
Yes.
She knew who she was. We think about the WIDU anniversary. I remember years ago how we would be doing the WIDU planning sessions, and I remember even back in the day, Apostle, we used to have the WIDU planning sessions at their house. You
Yes.
remember?
No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
That was before me.
Yeah, we used to have the WIDU planning sessions at their home. They literally opened their home up, and all of us pastors would just be sitting around, and it was literally like a family. And I remember how in those planning sessions, Aunt Sandy did so much directing and talking and putting things in place. She was so instrumental in those planning sessions. But then when the anniversary came, I always took notice how Uncle Wes would go up on the stage and he would talk and thank everybody, those 10,000 people that came. He would stand up there and he would talk and thank everybody for coming. And Aunt Sandy would go up on stage, and she would go up reluctantly as he would, come on up here, come on. But she would step up on that stage and have nothing to say. She would just stand up there and say thank you to everybody for coming, and thank you for supporting WIDU. But I thought about in those times how she was so instrumental behind the scenes. She really put things in place, and she really, Uncle Wes was the visionary. He is the visionary of WIDU, but Aunt Sandy was the hands and the feet who made things work and things happen.
That's right.
Apostle, I was hearing you talk about how you felt when you had to go into her office, how you felt intimidated. I was just telling my brother, DJ Paul G, how I was still intimidated by her, I mean, whenever I came to the radio station and I had to go in her office and talk to her, I always felt like I was going to the principal's office. I would stand out in the hall and peek around the corner, kind of see how she was feeling, see if I could get a smile or something before I went in there, So she knew who she was, and she really handled business. There will be a loss in the hearts, and as I was sharing with my brother, the Bible tells us we don't grieve as those who have no hope. We have hope. We have hope, and we know what the Word of God says, and we embrace that. But the reality is one of our family members have passed away, and we're gonna miss her, and we love her.
Yes.
She meant so much to not only WIDU, but to, and I can't even say just Fayetteville, just around the world.
Throughout the United States.
Throughout internationally, because people viewing us on Facebook Live, listening to tunein.com, people were just listening all over the world to WIDU. So Aunt Sandy will be missed.
I would like to piggyback off of something you said, that Sandy knew who she was. I agree wholeheartedly with that. You know, with someone of her status, her position, worldly things, being the owner of a radio station, she never had that air about her. You know how some people,
Yes.
we have this air, I have this, I'm the owner of this, and I'm that. No, she was a background person.
She was.
And she was satisfied with that. And I love that about her. I love it about her. Great example. We don't have to flaunt what we have or what we think we have
Yeah, yeah.
to make people think that we're this and we're
Right.
that. And that's what I loved about her. She was fine with being in the background. She didn't have to be in the forefront.
Yeah.
And I love that
No.
about her.
You know.
No,
But, you
it
know,
was-
even through all of that, you can go into her office and have a great conversation. And so I would always say, Sandy, you got to say something. She just smile and laugh, you know, as if it was okay. Sometimes the greatest person is not the one that's on the stage.
Yes.
And Sandy proved to be that person. And again, I want to reiterate the point. West have this saying that was embodied by Sandy. And he said, this community is not great for any of us until it's great for all of us.
That's right.
And that's why Sandy pushed to get the tickets as low as she possibly could so that the community could be a part. This is one place and one time that we could come together as a community and celebrate. People would be decked out with suits and hats and whatever. I'm a casual person, so I'll be in jeans and tennis shoes, but because the ground floor is not conducive to heels for me. But it was a place where, and then they would walk through the crowd and greet the people up and down the stairs, and no one was. I remember one time we were standing in line, me and my mom. She was in a wheelchair. And Sandy came out, and she was walking up and down the line, and she stopped and greeted my mother. That was a lot. My friends from Maryland was at one of the women empowerment luncheons, and I introduced her to Sandy. Sandy came over to the table and talked to them. My friend felt like, wow, she came and talked to us. That's the kind of person she was. And when you have someone like that, that reaches the community where they are, not let the community come to them, but reach the
Reach out.
community where they are, that's a jewel
Yeah.
Yes.
and a gem in the community.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I would like to share, based on what you said earlier, the both of you, that she knew who she was.
Yes.
But not only did she know who she was, she knew who you were.
Oh, she did.
She knew
Yes.
who you were.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
She took the time to get to know you. She took the time to get to conversate with you
Right.
so that she could get to know you.
Yes.
Not based on what anybody else said, not based on what any other people's news was. She wanted to get to know you personally for herself. Not that she just wanted to know you. She took time to make you feel important,
Yes.
to make you feel that
Yes,
you were somebody,
She really
or
did.
that she appreciated you.
that's right.
And all the time you were like, afraid and kind of, like you said, like you wanted to make sure that you would. No, she wanted you to relax. She wanted you to get to know who she was personally, that she was just a humble soul that loved God and loved people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I even feel like now we're sitting in a moment. We're sitting in a moment now of experiencing Uncle Wes and Aunt Sandy's heart. Because even in the loss of Aunt Sandy, the microphones are now open for pastors to call in, for the community to call in, because I believe that's the heart of Uncle Wes, is to embrace the community. And even in his grief, he's still thinking about, well, let's open the microphones because there's so many people feeling so many things. everybody won't be able to say something
Right.
at the homegoing service. So let's give the community an opportunity that they can call into the radio station and have something to say. You know, that they can share their heart and share their sentiments about Aunt Sandy.
Yes, we do have some comments on Facebook from Councilman DJ Hare. He says Sandy will be missed, and keep looking up west. And also from James Tillman, it says, today we pause to honor, oh, this is long. Today we pause to honor a remarkable woman, Sandra Cookman. Sandra didn't just show love, she became love. Every room she entered grew brighter. Every life she touched grew stronger. She is a community gem, a woman whose heart and hands help shape lives, inspire families, and uplift generations that will continue long after today. Her impact will echo for years to come. Sandra gave her all, her kindness, her wisdom, and her unwavering love for people. And because of that, her legacy will never fade. Though we will deeply miss her presence, we celebrate a life that truly mattered, a life that lifted others, a life that made our community better. Rest well, Sandra Cookman. Your light still shines through all of us. And to her family and loved ones, our prayers and love surround you all. And that's from James Tillman. God bless you, and thank you all for your comments.
Wonderful, wonderful words. You know, on behalf of the Gospel Blend Brothers, DJ Paul G, DJ 06, you know, have to just just show some love to Aunt Sandy for embracing the Drive Time Gospel Mix. You know, she took a chance on the Gospel Blend Brothers. She allowed us to come in with our DJ controllers. She allowed us to do something that literally DJ Paul G and myself, we talk about all the time, that literally has not and is not being done in this community, no place except WIDU. And Aunt Sandy was the one who really embraced that for DJ Paul G and myself to come in and to show our gifts, you know, to DJ gospel music. So we just, you know, on behalf of the Gospel Blend Brothers, we just want to show some love to Aunt Sandy as well.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo that because you know, she was a visionary, so she was able to see something that could be a blessing to the community, to a whole demographic that may not listen to a certain style of gospel, but it was still the gospel of Jesus Christ, but it was in a different format. And not only did she give us the platform, but she was a great supporter. Tammy would say, you know, on Friday, she was, Sister Sandy would be around and she like, are they coming? You know, like she was ready for it. And there were a couple times we were in the studio and she came in and she put a request in. So we had to change up our format just to put that song on. But I'm appreciative of it personally, because when I had to relocate from Lumberton to Raleigh because of Hurricane Matthew, and then my family moved to Fayetteville, I came by the radio station and talked about something, and we were going into the pandemic. And so the next thing I know, the same day that I left, Brother West calls me and he said, you know, Sandy suggested that, you know, since y'all here, why don't you come by and, you know, help out at the radio station? So I've been at WIDU for probably ever since the pandemic. You know, I've been with the network for close to 20 years, but they gave me the opportunity to be a part of the Fayetteville community, and I've learned so much from both Wes and Sandy. And like Chris said, you know, there are many times when I had to go into her office, you know, and I'm like, what did I do, you know? But I will say something before we get our caller on the line, that there was a certain situation that Sandy asked me to do something for her. and I thought it would take about 5 minutes, and for whatever reason it ended up taking about 20-25 minutes. When I came out that room and she came around the corner, I said, you know what, now I did it for you, because I value her. I valued her support, how she just she took a chance on individuals. She saw something past than what you believed in, and she said, yeah, you can do it. And I was always appreciative of that. So I'm grateful for her vision and her willingness to go beyond or go outside of the box.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure that Brother West is going to really appreciate hearing that. I think we have a caller on the line. Let us hear what the caller has to say. Thank you so much for calling in. Please share.
God bless. How are you doing, Pastor Lydia Spearman, and to all of those that are accompanying you? This is Apostle Christine Elliott of Agape Christian Worship Center.
Thank you.
I definitely wanted to share and honor the memories of Sister Sandy Cookman and the love and the memories that we shared together. Everything that has been said thus far, I definitely witnessed it. I met Sandy and Wes through my nephew, Victor Landry. He was the CEO of the Crown much of the years of the WIDU anniversary, and it was definitely indeed an honor and a pleasant connection. It is definitely somewhat still unbelievable, but I thank God for what she imparted also in my life and also in the ministry. Sandy was not just someone of WIDU. She was a friend. I also send my condolences to Wes and Kim. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Kim as well as Wes. I really love her, really appreciate her for who she was and all that she did for the kingdom of God. She was definitely a humble soul, full of grace and love. As everybody has said, she connected with my mother first before me through Victor. And my mother is Overseer R.P. Landry. And Sandy always reminded me before she met me, she was connected with my mother first to let me know where I stood when it comes to R.P. Landry. And we laughed about that, I appreciate the time that Brother Wes and Sandy WIDU also blessed me to network and connect with other pastors. I enjoyed the Pastor Coalition luncheon that we used to have. Everybody, as you were saying about Sandy, she was very touchable. I remember Sandy gave me an opportunity to be a personality voice on WIDU, and I didn't think I could do it. And she was an encourager. She was a female Barnabas. She would encourage you to stretch out, and I'm like, I don't think I can do that. But she gave me an opportunity, and I had a program, I think every Wednesday for about 30 minutes. And I really enjoyed that because she allowed me to discover some other abilities and talents inside myself. The moment I really cherished the most is she invited me to their house. And you might not know this about Sandy, but Sandy could cook some bad collard greens. That girl took me to her house and wined and dined me with some collard greens. I'm talking about country. And we had rice and neck bone. And we sat right there, and I didn't say it to her. I'm like, but where's the cornbread? But it was just a sister moment. You could just sort of. She still respected your title, but she also gave you permission to be you.
Yes.
You could kick it like girl to girl, heart to heart. And I just appreciate her, and I thank God for my nephew. He loved Sandy and Wes, Victor Landry, and he didn't realize who he was. I reckon he did know who he was connecting me with. Sandy was a hard worker. I remember during the anniversary time, she would come to our little growing church, and she'll come in there with a stack of tickets and just stand at the door and listen to the music and sing. And she said, I want you to sell these tickets for me. She's definitely going to be missed. I don't think I can say anything else other than what everybody's saying. I concur. She left her fingerprint on me, her footprint on my heart, and I thank God for her, because I have been connected to some great people in this community because of Wes and Sandy, and I'm praying for them and Kim. I thank God for you all open up the radio station, because I think that we all need this. We owe Sandy this because of all that she has given to us in this community. And I thank you for giving me this time.
Thank you so much, Apostle. Thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate that. And go ahead and let your friends and your neighbors and your other pastor friends know to feel comfortable calling in. This is why we opened this up for all of you to have a chance to call in and express your thoughts. We have another guest that's here. Want to say something phenomenal. Want to say something about this phenomenal woman that we are talking about, that we all love, and that we all are anxious to hear the wonderful things that people have to share concerning their relationship with her. Would you introduce yourself, please, sir, and say whatever it is on your heart?
Well, my name is Ray Thomas. I am the, I guess you can say, consultant to WIDU. And I've known Wes and Sandy for decades. Obviously, we are old school radio people, or radio broadcasters. And I think that was our common bond. When we sat down and had conversations, they were definitely relatable, because I guess we were kind of like the people who, because all this new technology that's going on now in broadcasting and things like that, and obviously you have to embrace the technology or else you will get left behind. And Wes and Sandy, whenever we would see each other, it's like that mutual respect kind of thing. I moved to North Carolina back in 91 from Los Angeles, California, where I was working in Durham. And then after a stint there, I moved up to Fayetteville to work for, which was then at 99.1 The Fox. Mm-hmm. And that's when I actually met Wes and Sandy. And I knew of them, I heard of them. I'm a radio person, so I'm always going to do my due diligence and research the marketplace to know what radio stations are in the market and things of that nature. And I knew that they had one of the longest running radio stations in town. It was definitely a heritage radio station with WIDU. I believe the time when I came in, they were located on, I want to say Rowan Street, off of Rowan Street. And a gentleman that was working alongside with them, Robert Smith, if you guys know Pancho Smith. He had mentored me a bit, because I used to be in the entertainment industry when I was younger. And that's when I met Wes and Sandy. And Sandy, I just know that she is a radio maven. And when I say radio maven, that means that somebody that knows the ins and outs of radio. She's what I would like to call a quiet leader. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have to say a lot. It's sometimes that look, though, that she'll give you lets you know, hey, I know this, right? They've always been, Wes and Sandy, they've always been hospitable. To me, I kind of they're like an adopted mother and father to me in radio. And anybody in radio understands when I say that, what that actually means, right? They actually gave me an opportunity when COVID happened because there had to be a transition made in radio broadcasting. It was a time of pivot. And they reached out to me because I'm also the general manager over at Fayetteville State University. I run their radio stations over there and educate kids on broadcasting. So I was doing the technology type of radio stuff. I'm looking 5 years down the road. So we're embracing the technology with the audio and the visuals and the computers and the video. So we were doing that at the radio station. And they were like, Ray, we need to, make a pivot, and we don't want to get left behind. We still need to reach our listeners. And so that's how I basically came on board to become a consultant to the radio station. We've had many conversations, great conversations. They've taken me out to eat. We sat down, just talked radio, but we talked old school radio. And it was so comfortable. You know what I mean? You can tell a true radio person when you can just sit and have a conversation, and the conversation just feels like natural. You know what I mean? So it was that kind of thing. Sandy, very, very knowledgeable. And like I said, very quiet. And I got to know her more personally and closer, because of the pandemic. I always say that the Lord doesn't make mistakes, right? They bring people closer to you when it's the right time, and that was the right time for us. Our paths were always crossing, in our broadcast careers and things of that nature. But, the pandemic happened, and then I kind of became really a part of the family, right? And so Wes and Sandy knows that whenever they needed me, I was just a phone call away. She's definitely gonna be missed. I mean, she is definitely, her fingerprint is all over WIDU, definitely sending out prayers to Wes. And, it's like a dynamic duo, it's man. And just to think that just a couple weeks ago, after she had her previous surgeries, that she was here and I actually got to give her a hug. And just let her know, where the sentiments were coming from and what she means. It was just a blessing for the Lord to give us that opportunity to actually see her for that time. But now I know that she's not suffering anymore, no more pain, and I just, wanted to say job well done. Job well done. And her legacy will definitely live on. I know I paid tribute to her on my radio show over at the university the other day as well, too, because she's that important,
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. And thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure that Wes will appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, I'm thankful for having the opportunity to be able to come on and at least express that on behalf of my wife and myself and our fur baby as well too, because we're all family, right? So
thank you so very much.
Definitely, thank you.
We appreciate you doing that. We certainly do. We have another caller on the line that wants to share some things as well, because like you, we all got so many wonderful things we could share concerning our relationship and our friendship with Sandy. Let's let the other caller come in and hear what they have to say. Please come on in and share.
Good morning to all the women and men of God there in the studio. I appreciate you guys for really standing up and representing WIDU as you have been doing all through the week. And I know Sandy is smiling right now. But anyway, this is Elder McGee from St. Paul Full Gospel Baptist Church. And on behalf of myself, my wife, the founder, Dr. Brunson, and Mother Gladys Brunson, and the entire St. Paul Full Gospel Baptist Church family, and our new pastor that's going to be installed in April, Kimberly Roseborough. We just like to pay our sincere condolences to the family. And I have a memory with Sandy and Wes when they first moved into their home that's there over there by Pine Forest. They had a Christmas party, and my wife and I had the privilege of being present at that party and being invited. And I enjoyed Sandy and Wes, and I also had the opportunity to work for WIDU at the time for several years. And like you said, Sandy was truly a business person, but like everyone else has said, and I can just echo on it, is that she was a people person. She loved people, you know, and you didn't have to worry about whether she was going to be fake or not with you, because she'd tell you straight up, you know, how she felt. And I've learned to appreciate those type of people by being in her presence and Wes' presence. Wes was the one that would pat you on the back and kind of get you at ease. And Sandy would just tell you the facts. This is what it is. And I mean, I loved them both. I appreciated them. And to Wes and Kim and the entire Cookman family and the extended family, our condolences, our love, our prayers are with you guys. And y'all keep up her legacy, doing just what you're doing. Love, peace, and happiness to each and every one of you all that's under the sound of my voice. God bless.
And families are they extended family, so you're part of the family. So feel free to tell your neighbors and friends, all those who had anything to do with WIDU or with Sandy or with West, to feel free to call in. We're getting ready to take a little break right now, but we want you to feel free to call in, and we will get you as soon as we come right back on. So thank you so much for calling. Be blessed, all of you. We'll be right back.
Sitting on the street, telling the people about Jesus as they passed by. And because he was all raggedy and dirty, people would just...
Your station for inspiration and information. 1600 AM, 99.7 FM, WIDU1600.com. We are WIDU Fayetteville. We do radio. Follow us on Facebook at WIDU 1600 AM.
NCI News, I'm Mike Riley. Vice President J.D. Vance will make a trip to North Carolina tomorrow. He will be in Rocky Mount. The event will be held at Rocky Mount Mills. CBS's Matt Gutman in Tel Aviv today says much of Iran's war-fighting capacity has been damaged or destroyed, but what is left has significant impact.
Its Navy is significantly depleted, but it does have many thousands of various kinds of missiles, including anti-ship missiles, and that's what we are told were being used in the Strait of Hormuz against at least one ship, possibly others.
CBS News contributor Courtney Keeley tells us about the outlook for a widening war in the Middle East and Hezbollah and Lebanon as they get assistance from Iran as it responds to Israeli airstrikes. Lebanese people are leaving home now.
The problem right now is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard is saying that Hezbollah and they are carrying out these attacks together on Lebanese soil. So it's going to draw the Israeli army towards a new front.
Scott Turner, Secretary of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, returned to Asheville on Wednesday as state and federal leaders continue to assess the region's long-term recovery needs after Hurricane Helene. There are concerns about an HUD rebuilding program, and he tells WLOS.
We'll look into it. We're happy to find out and get the answers for the people that are asking, because that's part of our responsibility.
Dog owners may soon be able to walk their pets on Wrightsville Beach if a new ordinance is passed. Douglas Wilson of Wrightsville Beach has been frustrated in the past that he's not allowed to walk his English Springer Spaniel on the sand from April 1st to September 30th. He tells WWAY.
I live out on Wrightsville Beach Island, and I can look across about a block away and see the ocean. And for 6 months of the year, I cannot take my dog out and walk on the beach.
You're listening to NCI News.
As a cold front moves through the state, we'll see a good chance for showers and storms. Some of those could be strong to severe. Then we'll clear this evening through tonight and have chillier temperatures by our Friday morning, a cooler afternoon Friday. Showers and storms are likely mainly through this afternoon, and we'll drop to the mid-40s by this evening with breezy conditions. Mostly clear with temperatures dropping to the mid-30s by Friday morning, then sunny on Friday with highs at around 60. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
God bless. This is Pastor McAllister, and we would love to be able to invite everyone to share tributes to our late Miss Sandy Cookman. We know many of you want to take time to pause to share with them. Therefore, what we're doing here at the WIDU radio station, we're opening up the phone lines starting on March the 9th through the 13th from 1 to 2 p.m., asking you to please call in, share some love, share a tribute to them. Again, Monday through Friday, March the 9th through the 13th from 1 to 2 p.m., please call into the radio station 910-483-6111 or even stop by to share some love. They would love to hear from you. They want everybody to have an opportunity. So we are opening up the station and the phone lines starting Monday, March the 9th through the 13th, 1 to 2 p.m. Please call in, take a moment to share words of love, compliments, how you felt about this wonderful woman of God, and we know the family will appreciate it. God bless. Please share that word. Love you.
If you can no longer work because of illness or injury, you should be collecting Social Security disability insurance benefits. Call Brent Adams now for a free consultation. Don't give up just because you've been turned down. Brent Adams has helped thousands collect full disability benefits, even after they've been turned down. Call now, 910-888-8888. Don't hesitate. Call 8. At Brent Adams & Associates, we make things right.
At Fayetteville State University, you will do something you thought you could never do. And never say never again. With NC Promise $500 per semester tuition, dare to see where you can go. Check out all your options, including our new cybersecurity program. Because tomorrow just can't wait. Fayetteville State University. Anything really can happen. Are you in?
Now, all across North Carolina, it's Carolina Newsmakers. Each week, leaders from politics, education, business, and the arts join Don Curtis to share insights and ideas shaping our state. Hear interviews that go beyond the headlines with guests who know North Carolina best. Listen on the radio stations throughout North Carolina and on demand at carolinanewsmakers.com.
Hello, everybody. My name is Elder Betty Anthony. I attend Kingdom Impact Global Ministries, where our apostle is William T. Ford. I am here to introduce our powerful Easter production called The Crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Come and witness the story that changed everything. The date is April 5th, 2026. Our doors will open at 6 o'clock, and the program will start at 7. Here, we have Pontius Pilate, played by Pastor Travis Stroud.
Hello, everyone. A man was brought before me in whom I found no fault. But pressure was on me from the Jewish leaders, and I washed my hands from the blood of this innocent man. You all come out and see the rest of the show.
Again, come out on April the 5th. Doors open at 6, and the production start at 7 o'clock. Come and witness the story that changed everything. You don't want to miss it.
I was walking downtown one day, and I saw a man who appeared to be just an old wino sitting on the street telling the people about Jesus as they passed by. And because he was all raggedy and dirty, people would just laugh and make fun of the old man and walk on by. And he said, because of the way I am, no money, no fancy clothes, fine homes and cars, a lot of people consider me as
Well,
nothing.
praise the Lord. We are back, and we are back continuing our conversation about this phenomenal woman, Sandy Cookman. And praise God, we have a phone caller on the line. We're going to take your call, and then we're going to go right into some comments that we have that's on our YouTube or Facebook as well. So we will get to you. Just hold on. Praise God. Caller on the phone, will you come on?
Hello?
Hello there.
Are you ready for my tribute?
We're ready for you.
Okay. Here I go.
Yes, sir.
Wayne County. And Wes came here from Harnett County. They got together in Cumberland County. Time passed, and they got married, and the rest is history. The Lord has called Sandy home, and I am a friend of hers. I hope she rests in peace. Jeff Thompson.
Jeff Thompson. Well, thank you so very much for sharing and for your call.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. Yes.
God bless.
All right.
He hung up.
Thank you, sir. Have a blessed day. We have another call on the line. Caller, please share.
Yes, my name is Ronnie Blue, and I met Wes and Sandy years ago, and I was impressed the first time that I met them. And as time passed on, we got to know each other a little bit better, and I tell you, they were such an inspiration in my life. I was a young businessman at that particular time, and kind of feeling my way through. And Sandy and Wesley definitely helped me get through some tough times in my life. And I just thank God for them, just being in Cumberland County and introducing Cumberland County to so many famous gospel singers. Sometimes it was so hard for them to put those shows on, and people didn't realize. They came to the show and they saw everything, the glamour and the glitz and this, that, and the other. But they didn't realize how hard it was putting those shows on. When Wesley and Sandy would stay up all night long sometimes, 7 days a week, putting this stuff together. And I just got to commend them. I was there and I saw it with my own eyes. Wesley and Sandy, they loved what they were doing and they loved the community. Mm-hmm. The community was first with them. Whatever they could do for you or whomever, just individually. I saw them mentor this guy, that got out of prison. They took him under their wing, and mentored him. And plenty of times they could have turned their back on him, they didn't. And I thought, like I said, I knew them for who they were. And when I heard that Sandy, matter of fact, it was shocking news to me. When I heard that she had passed, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. Because I knew that, first of all, God is in charge, and God, will take care of Wesley. But I knew that Sandra was his rock. But by the help of the good Lord, he will get through this. We all will get through this. Because whoever met her, she definitely had an effect in their lives. So I'm going to miss her. And I'm sure that the community of Cumberland County and surrounding states will miss her because her name is known. Wesley, she and Wesley's name are known all over the United States. So I'm sure they're going to be tremendously missed by a lot of people because a lot of groups get started out. They actually help get on the circuit. So they're just wonderful people. And I just thank God that I can, just tell my testimony and share a little of the news that I have, about their life. And everything that I saw and with them was positive. And they definitely was inspiration in my life. And so I just want to thank God for West Sandy and WIDU. Who's looking up. It's been one of the most powerful radio stations and longest running radio stations that put our century. So I just want to thank God for that couple.
Well, thank you so very, very much for calling and sharing that. I am so sure that West is going to hear this later, and really thank you again for sharing those beautiful feelings concerning your relationship with both of them. Praise the Lord. Thank you for that. We have some comments now that are on YouTube and Facebook, and we're going to read some of those and share those with the WIDU listening family. But please feel free now. Don't forget to call in and just hold on. We'll get back to you, okay? Thank you so very much. Pastor Walker, let's hear what they...
Okay, we have greetings from Bishop Brian R. Thompson Sr. He says, praying for you, Brother West. Also from Lindsey Graham. I've been coming to WIDU for 15 years. First as a guest on Making Rounds Live, then now as a producer on one of their sponsored shows. Sandy and Wes have always been such gracious and welcoming hosts since the station days on Bragg Boulevard. And Sandy was such an excellent businesswoman to work with, not only making things easy, but working with her a joy. On a personal level, she inspired hope, resilience, and faith in me and so many others. And that's from Lindsey Graham. Also from Charles Darton, praying for you and your family, Wes. Thank you all for supporting me when I was there. God bless you all. Thank you so much for your very kind and warm comments.
Yes, thank you. I think,
yes,
Melinda,
yes. I want to go back to something Pastor Paul G. said a few minutes ago, and he talked about being part of WIDU in the pandemic. Well, I'm a pandemic baby as well, being part of WIDU. But although I've been knowing Sandy for over 34 years, and I've been her stylist for years, I had a salon when they were located on Bragg Boulevard. And I had a salon at the back of the building. Mm-hmm. And Sandy would always encourage me, you can do an ad, but you're going to have to, go and do it yourself. And I'm like, no, I'm one that I don't like speaking in public and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of in the background as well. And I never did it. So when the pandemic came along, a good friend of mine who was a part of WIDU, Pastor Brenda Haynes, she passed away. And Wes asked me to do a tribute to her. And after the tribute, he said, you have a knack for this. You need to be on the air. So it started 5 years ago with Hour of Power, being a part of WIDU where my voice was being heard. That's so much not like me. That's only the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will allow you to do things that you ordinarily wouldn't do. But it started with Hour of Power. And then me being on WIDU, it progressed to Tuesdays. That Sandy asked me if I would do drive time on Tuesdays. And then now on Saturdays for 15 minutes with my ministry. So Sandy has always been a person who would encourage you, along with Wes, would encourage you. And so that's how I became a voice as part of the WIDU team and network, and I am so thankful that they pushed me out of my complacency and out of my comfort zone. And I know I don't always get it right. I don't. I mess up. I do. And because I'm human. But it's a learning experience, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And I am so thankful to Wes and Sandy for giving me the opportunity and to push me, even in me losing a good friend, Pastor Haynes, at that time. Something good was birthed out of that, and God allowed me to actually move into my calling with that because of Wes and Sandy, and I love them so much for it.
Oh, such beautiful, beautiful memories. That's what life is all about.
Yes.
Making wonderful, wonderful memories and leaving a footprint. I think we have another caller on the line. Caller, please come in and share.
Good afternoon. This is Brooksy Heron. I wanted to just second and offer my sincere to the family, but I want to say that Wes and Sandy are my friends, and many of the programs that I have sponsored or would be part of here in the area, they would allow me to come to the station and talk about, even as recently as the December programs that we have here at the First Baptist Church for the music department. They allow us to come and talk about and support us. Now, I don't need to say a whole lot about all of the wonderful things that Sandy and Wes have done. To know them is truly to love them. But I did want to come on for just a moment and thank you guys for giving this moment of honor to Sandy and this moral support to Wes. We continue to pray for those that are affected by this death. And I just wanted to say to Reverend Curitan and to, of course, his First Lady, once again, their ministry positively affects a whole lot of us. But on behalf of my family, on behalf of my sister, Dr. Kathy Gibson, who is also very close to Sandy, please accept our condolences and thank you for this opportunity.
And thank you so much for calling in. I am certain that Wes is going to appreciate hearing from you. These calls are being recorded so that Wes can listen to them later at some other time at his own leisure and his own time when he feels like it. I want to remind everyone that we have the ability to read your text. So text in messages. If for some reason you can't call, make sure you text them in and on YouTube, Facebook, and we will get them read for you. And we certainly appreciate you thinking about Sandy. And all pastors, please do call in and let your voice be heard. I know that Wes will appreciate it, and we appreciate it too, because the whole effort is to open up these microphones and open up this time so that you can share, because certainly at the service on Tuesday, there won't be time for all of us to share. But this is your time that Wes has opened up for you to be able to call in and share what your relationship, how you felt, and little incidents, and little things that you had going on with you and Sandy, because Sandy was that remarkable person that had the ability to make everyone feel special. Oh, we all feel like she was our special friend, when in fact she was, but she was also the friend to all of you. She had that ability to make you feel like you were number one. And at the time you were with her, you were number one. She made you know that.
That's right.
But
right.
Certainly it's so warm and so kind and so generous for all of you. Just call in and let Wes hear your voice. Let him understand and be able to relate to you as you relate to him and his wife doing as she was present here with him. So we all know that there's so many wonderful things that could be said about Sandy. I hesitate to even talk because I could just talk about her. Because I've known her for about 20 years, and we've had so many wonderful conversations, and she certainly helped me. She certainly did. in so many wonderful ways. She really, I learned a lot from her, even when she wasn't talking, but just watching her and just seeing how she moved around and about with people, with other people. It was just, she was a phenomenal woman, and that's all I can say right now.
Yeah. I would like to say this. I want to do something that Sandy would do. Sandy would always promote WIDU, and I enjoy promoting WIDU. And I hope this isn't out of place, but a lot of the listeners don't know that WIDU now has a YouTube channel. So this is what Sandy did for me. She called me and she said, Melinda, I need you to do me a favor. She said, I need you to subscribe to YouTube on WIDU. So this is what I need you all to do. Those of you who don't know that WIDU has a YouTube channel, well, listen, it's free. It's free. I'm sure Sandy wouldn't mind me doing this. Yeah, Wesley ain't gonna mind either. So I need you to go to YouTube, and it's at WIDU.99.7. Yes, you can watch WIDU, listen to WIDU not only on Facebook Live, 1600 AM, but now you can view it, watch it, listen to all the good programming on YouTube. All right? That's right, Sandy. You did that. She said, it's free. It's free. Subscribe.
Another wonderful thing.
Another wonderful thing. Promoting WID.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
yes. I do believe we have another caller on the line. Caller, please share with us.
Yes, my name is Robert Puncho Smith, and I was a friend of Sandy's for 45 years. I started out with Sandy in 1981 when she was working at another radio station. We put on an event together, and that's how we met. And later on in '84, I met Wes, and we started working together. And then I started working at the station in '93 as Wes' partner as the WIDU Weeder Production, putting on the events. I was the main character for putting on the events. That was my position there, is to book artists and to run the stage. And I did that for many years with Wes. And Sandy, she was the person there that always gave us insight on the flyers and on selling the advertisement. And I can remember with Sandy and Wes back in, I guess, in the 90s when I didn't know anything about no sales. We would go to sales meetings and conventions, and it would be just me, Wes, and Sandy, and we would fly out to these different places and go to these sales seminars, and then I learned how to sell. Then come back, we would have what they call team meetings, reading. We would start reading every morning, going around the table reading. Each person would start reading about sales and how to increase your ability as a salesperson. And then later on, Wes gave me a position as general manager of WIDU. I did that for a while. So I operated in every aspect of the station for some years. So I stayed there until my wife got ill. But and later she passed, but God bless her. So just to give y'all some insight about Sandy and Wes, how we love them, how I love them so much. And I know when, like I say, Sandy and Wes did so much for me in my life that I can't even try to pay them. But it just, when my wife got sick, I remember Wes and Sandy would bring food over to the house. It was just like a family, you know. And I always, from day one, I call Wes my brother, and I call Sandy my sister, and the same thing with them. They call me their brother. And so, you know, it's like a family member to me that passed away. So it hit me real hard, and I told Wes that I just don't know what we're going to do now, because Sandy was like I call it a 90-10. She was like 90% of the radio operation. So I know we're going to go on. I know the station going to go on. But we're going to really miss Sandy Cookman. And Wes Cookman, I love you, brother. And, you know, anything I can do for you, you know, it ain't but a phone call away. So I just want to say that. Thank you, love. Y'all doing a good job. Thank you.
And thank you so much for calling and sharing that. It's really wonderful to hear all of the callers call in and say they felt like they were in a family. And that's what the station means to so many. That's what Sandy and West Cookman mean to so many people, that they created an atmosphere in this community that caused all of us to feel like we were in a family. And if they would call us for anything, we would all rush. Why? Because we're coming to the family.
Yes.
We're coming to work together as a team. And as people who really appreciated the opportunity, we always looked at it. It's a beautiful opportunity, because Sandy was such an encouraging person.
Yes, she was.
And really, if you really wanted somebody to get a lot of attention, just start treating them bad, because she would be the one that would reach out to treat them better and to
That's
make them
true.
feel better and to make them draw things out of them that they didn't even know was in them.
That's
and so
right.
she made all of us be better
That's true.
people. So thank God. I just thank God, that he allowed us to have the opportunity to meet her and to allow her to share, what he put in her with the rest of us.
Yes.
And we are thankful for that. We have another caller on the line. Caller, please share. We're waiting for you. Please come in and share.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
This is Bishop J.V. Porter, the founder and visionarian of the Christ Cathedral here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm calling in to honor one of the co-owners of this great radio network, Dr. Sandra Cookman, today. I met Sandy in West over about 40 years ago or less on Water Street. I was on the radio 7 days a week, 3 times a day. And this was because of Sandy and Wes. I remember so vividly when WIDU only had a couple of hours of gospel music with Chip Anderson and Don Reed, and Bill Belt was the owner, and Wes purchased the property, the radio station, and turned it into a full-time gospel station, and it blessed our community like no other. And I attribute a lot of the things that we have succeeded in this community and personally in my ministry, Christ Cathedral, to Sandy and Wes Cookman. I've had the privilege of sharing with them over the many, many years that they have been in Fayetteville. I remember Wes from Harnett County at the radio station there, and then coming to Cumberland County, and had the privilege of knowing Sandy also. So, Dr. Spearman, I have to confess that I was praying that Sandy recovered and come back to us. And I have to confess that it has been an experience for me of a different type, because she was just such a wonderful, wonderful friend on a personal level. She was a friend. My boys, my family, her daughter Kim, and my boys were in school together. So we are experiencing a terrible loss. She was just not anybody. She was somebody. And I want to say to Wes, thank you for allowing us to share Sandy with you. Kim, thank you for allowing us to share Sandy with you. And I can tell you, my heart is a little heavy ever since I got the word on her transition, because she was a dear, dear friend to me and to this community. So on behalf of the Christ Cathedral Church, 619 Cedar Creek Road, and the United Gospel Fellowship Covenant Ministries International, we salute Sandra Cookman for a job well done in this community. God bless you, and thank you for your time.
Very much for calling, Pastor Porter, and sharing that. We all have some of the same sentiments that you do, and we appreciate you sharing that. We have another caller on the line, Pastor Camps, I believe. Please come in and share with us. Caller?
Yes.
Please share. Yes.
This is David Camps calling, a longtime resident of Fayetteville for the last 25 years. I moved away 2 years ago, pastored in the area. And when I heard about Sandy, it really was a shock to me because I had been gone from Fayetteville for the last 2 years, and I didn't realize that Sandy had gone through what she had gone through. Sandy has been a plethora of strength for me when I was in Fayetteville. She had always, I was always a part of the team. Every time if I sent her a text message or if I saw her somewhere, she had always welcomed me with open arms. And it was really a sense of security with the radio station. Now, I had a relationship with Wes too, but it was something about Sandy in terms of the relationship because she would validate Wes for me. Because Wes was the nice guy. But Sandy was the one that would tell me, I don't think that we can do that. and so, even though I would go to Wes, I would always go off of Sandy because she would tell you exactly what it is out of loving kindness. She was, when I tell you every time I saw her and how friendly and how open she was to me, it is remarkable. It is a sense of loss, and I'm not even there in Fayetteville, but it feels like with her leaving, to me, Fayetteville is not going to be the same. She had a wonderful, and I say had, but she has a wonderful spirit that will last in that area for years and years to come. My prayer is that, and I've even sent Wes the message too, that Wes has to pay attention to his health too. So not only am I praying for Wes during this time and the radio station, but I'm praying for his health. WIDU has been, even after I've left there, I have been on the radio here in Salisbury, North Carolina. And all the traits that I learned at WIDU, I have used here. Again, my love to Wes and the family and to the WIDU family, because when I was in Fayetteville, WIDU opened their arms to me and made me a part of the community. She will be missed.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm sure Wes is going to appreciate hearing that in the future. So thank you so much. That's such a wonderful thing. We all share your sentiments concerning Sandy. What a loving soul, what a wonderful spirit that left footprints throughout this community and throughout the United States, as a matter of fact. So we're all just thankful for God allowing us to have the time to spend with such a wonderful, wonderful soul and such a special person.
So I wanted to say something, some of humor in regards to Sister Sandy. She definitely had she was compassionate, and she was personal in the sense, when she knew about my daughter, she knew about my daughter going to Central, and then when my daughter broke her ankle, whenever she would see me, she would ask, how's your daughter doing? How's the family doing? And so she was really personal, but then at the same time, she was a trash talker. She a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and they only play during the regular season every 4 years. So if you win, you got 4 years to talk trash. And so unfortunately, the last time they played, Dallas won, and I was reluctant to come into work because I knew she was coming around that corner. She was like, "You all right?" and during our football season, a part of the pool, you just pick teams, and it was a couple of weeks that she was spot on when we went into the playoffs. She got 1 week she got all the games right, and so when you came back into the studio, we talking about something else, and she still like, look, you'll be all right. I mean, like I'm the top dog. You just have to recognize who's in charge. And so, but it was always fun. It was always fun, and I appreciate the fact that she was, she could be personal with you at the same time, and always business too. So we'll definitely miss that. And we're definitely praying for Wes and Kim, as they continue, and for all of us, because all of us are impacted in some way or another.
Yes.
That's good. You're certainly right about that. The impact is throughout the community, throughout the WIDU community and family, and all of our friends. We're all impacted. We all had to just take time to recharge and to try to get ourselves back together so that we could, really communicate even with one another and support each other as we thank you for calling in, all of our radio listening family for calling in, sharing, because all of us, we all need to do that because her impact was just that powerful. Did you have something you wanted to share, Sister Melinda?
I'm just so grateful and thankful that Sandy came into my life. She has been a blessing to me. She's been a blessing to my ministry. And my mom passed away, and her service was February the 13th. And Sandy surprised me, and she told me that she was going to attend, and I was just surprised, because I know what she was dealing with and was preparing for. And I'm like, it was really heartfelt that she would take that time out. She's been knowing my mom for years, and it just meant so much for me whenever I walked in, and Wes and Sandy were the first two that I saw when I got into the sanctuary. But just being a blessing, a good friend. A good friend. Over, like I said, 34 years, and seeing her just about every week, if not every other week, coming to get her hair done. And it's going to be a tremendous loss. When I came in Tuesday to go on the air for Drive Time with Minister Melinda, I had said that I was used to her when she was down here on Tuesdays, coming in saying, what time can I come get my hair done? Wednesdays or Fridays was her day. And I'm going to miss that. And I missed that on this past Tuesday, for her coming in and asking me, what time can I come? But she's in a better place. She's in a better place. And I'm just so thankful that without a shadow of a doubt, my friend knew the Lord. She knew the Lord. And it's exemplified through the love that she has shown to everyone. And I'm going to miss her dearly.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure Wes is going to enjoy listening to that as well. We have to take a quick break right now, but family, call. We'll get to you as soon as we come back. And thank you so much for calling in.
So I started drinking, thought it would help ease my pain, but things got worse.
Two victims are in critical condition after a shooting at Old Dominion University in Norfolk. Gunman was killed. In the Middle East, CBS's Matt Gutman is reporting today that Tel Aviv says that Iran has a strategy for fighting back against the U.S. and Israel, a plan that has long been in place to disrupt everything. As tensions continue in the Middle East, North Carolina Congressman Don Davis tells WCTI he supports efforts aimed at protecting Americans from potential threats. Diesel prices surged today to the highest level since December of 2022. A gallon of diesel in North Carolina costs $4.85, and it's been tough on truckers. CBS News correspondent Jim Kursula reports the weather has turned deadly in the deep south. That front moves through North Carolina, causing a lot of rain right now and some high winds. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
For the rest of our Thursday, showers and storms are possible. Some of those could be strong to severe, packing damaging wind gusts. Temperatures will gradually drop through the rest of the day today. We'll drop into the mid-40s by this evening and have breezy conditions, then even colder overnight. Temperatures drop to the mid-30s to start the day on Friday, and we'll have mostly clear skies by Friday morning. As high pressure builds in for the start of the weekend, lots of sunshine Friday, highs at around 60. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
You ever notice how most helpful information always seems to show up just a little too late? Like, oh, the deadline was yesterday. Or,
you know you could have saved money if you'd done that earlier.
Timing matters. That's why Fayetteville PWC wants you to know the summertime of use schedule begins April 1st. With smart timing, you can lower your energy costs by running appliances like washers, dryers, and dishwashers outside of peak hours. And by adjusting your thermostat just a few degrees higher between 3 and 6 in the afternoon, you can save even more. It's a simple shift that helps reduce strain on the energy grid, supports a more sustainable future, and keeps power reliable for everyone in our community. Because at Fayetteville PWC, we're committed to being environmentally responsible, dependable, and deeply invested in the place we all call home. Timing matters, and smart timing means savings. Learn more at startsaving@faypwc.com.
God bless. This is Pastor McAllister, and we would love to be able to invite everyone to share tributes to our late Miss Sandy Cookman. We know many of you want to take time to pause to share with them. Therefore, what we're doing here at the WIDU radio station, we're opening up the phone lines starting on March the 9th through the 13th from 1 to 2 p.m., asking you to please call in, share some love, share a tribute to them. Again, Monday through Friday, March the 9th through the 13th from 1 to 2 p.m. Please call into the radio station 910-483-6111 or even stop by to share some love. They would love to hear from you. They want everybody to have an opportunity. So we are opening up the station and the phone lines starting Monday, March the 9th through the 13th, 1 to 2 p.m. Please call in, take a moment to share words of love, compliments, how you felt about this wonderful woman of God, and we know the family will appreciate it. God bless. Please share that word. Love you.
As a cold front moves through the state, we'll see a good chance for showers and storms. Some of those could be strong to severe. Then we'll clear this evening through tonight and have chillier temperatures by our Friday morning, a cooler afternoon Friday. Showers and storms are likely mainly through this afternoon, then we'll drop to the mid-40s by this evening with breezy conditions. Mostly clear with temperatures dropping to the mid-30s by Friday morning, then sunny on Friday with highs at around 60. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
I was walking downtown one day, and I saw a man who appeared to be just an old wino, sitting on the street, telling the people about Jesus as they passed by. And because he was all raggedy and dirty, people would just laugh and make fun of the old man and walk on by. And he said, because of the way I am, no money, no fancy clothes, fine homes and cars, a lot of people consider me as nothing and say I don't know what I'm talking about. But there's one thing that he said that really touched my heart and stayed on my mind. When that old man looked up and said, I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. He said, I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody.
Welcome back, our radio listening family. And we are still here and talking even among ourselves, just sharing some of the wonderful things that we remember about this phenomenal woman, Sandy Cookman, whom we all love, respect, and just, you know, we can't say enough about her. Her footprints are all over our hearts, our minds, our memories. And so we've just been sharing things and thanking each and every one of you for calling in and sharing as well. So the phones are open even now for you to call in. We have a few more minutes to share with you. We want to hear from you because we want West to be able to hear from you. So do call in.
Yes.
In the meantime, while we're waiting on that next caller, we do have a comment on Facebook, and it's from Angela Hollingsworth. And she says she's praying for Mr. Wes Cookman. God's blessings.
That was short and sweet.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's important, and we thank you so much for writing that. We have a caller on the line. Caller, please share with us your sentiments.
Okay, am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies. This is Chaplain Diana Smith.
Wonderful.
Hello? Okay, I have so many memories of Sandy. First of all, I extend my condolences and prayers to Wes and the entire community because all of us are going through this at this time. And I have memories that go back as far as Water Street when she was in sales, the station on the banks of the Cape Fear River, where Don Reed and what was the other one, Bob Gay, all of them, and Lady G. But Sandy was just such a sweet, kind, and loving person, and she met no strangers. But she was always a background person. She never wanted to get up front. And Wes was several times asked her to speak, and she declined. And all the memories we had when they went over to Rolling Street, the story of Wes giving my son a job, but he would have to tell that story himself. I'm getting a lot of feedback now. I don't know if it's coming across, but anyway, I just wanted to extend my sympathy. And both of us were cowboy fans, and she became interested in when she found out that I was a descendant of the Tulsa riots. That was really a concern of hers, and she wanted to learn more about Tulsa and the massacre of 1921. So I extend my love to you, Wes, and all the family. God bless you.
Chapman Smith, thank you so much for calling and sharing that. I am certain that West is really going to appreciate hearing that as well. We're just all, feeling the same sentiments and just loving to hear what others have to say because Sandy certainly made us terrible and made a wonderful, let me say it like that, made an awesome, marvelous, wonderful impact on all of us and on all of our lives. And our time has almost come to an end, but if there's a caller or if there's a comment on that we want to make sure that we share with all of those who, as many as we can squeeze in during this time that we have. And we want to also announce that there will be another roundtable following this one. And this roundtable will be from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and we will certainly still be celebrating Sandy with the women's history month. This is the Women's History Time, and we are certainly going to have a round table of women in here, and I believe there may be some men as well, because men love to celebrate women as well. So we're going to be celebrating, continuing the celebration. But we want to let all of you know that we thank you for calling in and for letting Wes know how much you love Sandy and how much you love him, and that he will be able to hear your voices and be able to hear some of the comments at a later time. But thank you so much for being a part of this. These hours that we have shared with you, and opening that up, because certainly you won't have enough time for everybody to say anything at the homegoing service, but this is the time, and I believe that we'll have more time even tomorrow. So if you didn't get a chance to call in today, please call in tomorrow from 12 to 2 and share your comments concerning your relationship with Sandy and Wes as well. All are welcome to do that. So please be prepared to do that. And I believe that this segment that we're on now has come to an end, but we're getting ready to close, and we'll open up the next segment with the other women being aboard with the host, our host, Pastor Teresa McAllister.
I would like to say, just before we close, if you all desire to bring a card down to the station, you can do so. You can drop it off today up until 5 o'clock, and tomorrow from 9 to 5 as well. Thank you so much.
And thank you for allowing me to share on today. I was doing pretty good until just a few minutes ago. This is a very hard and solemn time for me. However, the joy of the Lord is our strength, and the joy that we shared with Sandy gives me strength to be able to speak about her in such a way that it removes the heaviness. So yes. I'm grateful to be able to speak my heart through the airways that will be heard around the world.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Trust, this is a struggle for all of us, but God has given us the strength and the willpower to do it the way Sandy would have done it herself if she could have been here. And so we're so thankful for the opportunity that Wes has given to all of us to have an opportunity to just share some of our condolences and our feelings and our, things that we experienced personally with Sandy. And it's just been a blessing. So thank you, Wes, for this time that you've opened up these microphones, not only for this WIDU family, but for families around the world to be able to call in. So remember, tomorrow from 12 to 2 o'clock, you have an opportunity to call in and share your own feelings concerning your relationship with Sandy and Wes Cookman. So God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Telling the people about Jesus as they